So I had a live stream in which I had the chat come up with ideas for a bowuigi fanfiction, which I then tried to wrangle into something halfway coherent. Please enjoy, if you can. Don't just spam corn, tell me your genius. Oh my god. We're not writing anything in SFW, even though I know that I would make it good. I should do a poll. So those are the options, but it doesn't matter at this point, because we're doing the third one. Bowser pulled at the collar of his tuxedo as it hugged his throat, adjusting his mask and trying not to break a sweat, as the sea of partygoers cheered all around. I was gonna say that he's sweating, but he's a lizard of some sort, right? So he shouldn't be sweating. Okay, how does Peach talk?
I would like to extend a big thank you to everyone who shared today.
How old is Peach? Does anyone know how old Peach is? Well, let's say 25, okay? I don't want to go with like 16.
As you know, it is ancient Mushroom Kingdom tradition to hold a masquerade ball for each monarch's 25th birthday.
Where are Peach's parents? Ever since my parents' passing. Okay, I don't know. Bowser tuned out the rest of the speech, instead trying to scan for the fastest route to the stage. If he leaped up now, could he reach her before she could run? Unfortunately, he never got to attempt this plan, as at that moment, Peach's speech concluded and the orchestra came to life. Peach disappeared amongst the crowd. Peach went among us. Silently cursing to himself.
The freak.
Bowser picked a giggly toad as his first dance partner, basically lifting them off the ground. Bowser tried discreetly spinning towards Peach's general direction. And so he went, the dance but a bump in the road. Luigi is coming up soon, okay? Slowly but surely, he approached, Peach's pink dress peeking from between the crowd, almost in reach. Bowser almost tripped as someone stepped in front of him. He looked down. The guest was wearing a dark green tuxedo, had a taller than average build, and was sporting a bushy, shiny... how do you write mustache? The matching green mask on his face was obscuring any identifying features. But despite this, Bowser caught himself describing the stranger as rather dashing. As the two spun around, Bowser trying to discreetly look for Peach, the stranger was still looking a little awkward. Can the chat help me come up with a joke at Mario's expense that Bowser can say to help Luigi feel more at ease? To Bowser's dismay, as he located Peach again, she was dancing with that little plumber. It was somewhat amusing to look at, as Peach was having to practically bend down to reach Mario's hands, while Mario was making no effort whatsoever to reach up to her, insisting on holding his own hand straight in front of him as if his dance partner was his own size.
I'm not sure if you can see the princess and her partner from down there.
Bowser spoke.
But if she was reaching any further down, she'd be at the ground.
This is a Mario hate fic. Mamma mia, you're a spicy meatball, Bowser. No! He's not supposed to tell him that he knows who he is yet. The connection deepens.
Making his dance partner miserable is not going to fix his ego problem.
Tell me about it.
The stranger sighed. He then glanced around, but it seemed that everyone else was preoccupied. Some kingdom can't even speak your mind. They have no freedom of speech here. You can't talk shit about Mario.
Why don't you?
Bowser murmured, leaning a little closer to his dance partner.
It seems you have a thing or two to say.
Hey, they're leaning towards each other just so, like nobody can hear them talk about Mario, clearly. What's the opposite of a sore loser? A good loser, bad winner.
He's not exactly a good sport.
The stranger whispered. Bowser couldn't help but chuckle. The stranger turned bright red under his mask. They will kiss at the end of the fic, and we're not there yet. I am not queerbaiting. Well, it's not exactly a slow burn. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but probably not very long. Microwave burn. You just put the bowuigi in the microwave until it's ready. The music shifted, and the partygoers around scrambled to find a new partner for the next dance. Bowser and his dance partner pointedly ignored this. To show that they have a connection. Ooh. I'm writing this in Notepad. So this one time I wrote a Sonic X Reader fanfiction in my calculator. We had an exam. And the teacher went around the class and looking in everyone's calculator to make sure that no one was cheating. And she deleted my fanfiction. Who does that?
I mean, of course I love him, but...
The stranger trailed off, averting his gaze. That gave Bowser a pause. Who exactly was he dancing with anyways? For how he spoke of Mario, it didn't exactly sound like the stranger was in love with Bowser's arch-nemesis.
And he feels sad, but can't pinpoint why.
At that moment, some careless toad bumped into him, spilling their drink on the dark green tuxedo.
Watch it.
Bowser growled, giving a start to the people in hearing shot. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a handkerchief, dapping it against the damp spot on his dance partner's suit.
That'll transition well into the not doing well in crowd. The partygoers are obnoxious, but also it's really gay, so that's the idea.
Bowser glanced over at where Peach was still trying to dance with Mario. He supposed he had all evening to kidnap her, and talking a little more with this handsome stranger couldn't hurt. And so, Bowser followed the man in the green suit to a balcony.
And then we get a detailed description of Luigi's side profile, because... ooh.
I was not here for the sake of the party. Exactly. More of a, shall we say, business trip.
The stranger glanced at him sideways, before turning to look at the stars once more.
It was something like that for me as well. You know, obligated to attend.
Yes, Bowser Jr. will get mentioned, I think, maybe. Kuti, some lizards reproduce asexually, so, you know. It could be that Bowser is also the mom.
But hey,
I wonder who you are behind that mask.
The stranger looked back to him.
I could take it off if you'd like. We could unmask together.
Bowser froze. As much as he wanted to fully see the stranger's face, unmasking was out of the question. He wasn't exactly invited to this party after all. But the stranger was already reaching for his mask, grabbing its edges to slide it off his face. Bowser turned away, covering his eyes.
Wait, no, I can't.
He stammered in a way that was not exactly appropriate for the supposedly fearsome king of the Koopas.
And Bowser flees. Okay, we're gonna have an identity crisis here.
Bowser sat on the stairs leading up to the castle doors, sighing as he removed his masked last. He turned it over in his hands. It was as if the lifeless piece of carved bone was mocking him. This was how he was forced to present himself in order to blend in with the others. Had he robbed himself of a chance at a normal life, forced to sit alone on his throne, surrounded only by his minions? He squeezed the mask between his fingers. How easy it would have been to snap it in half. But then, he laid the mask on the stairs, defeated.
It's not internalized homophobia, guys. He's just like a villain, you know.
Bowser, wait!
A familiar voice called. The stranger was back. The king scrambled to grab his mask, shoving it back on his face, though he knew that it was futile by now. His cover was already blown. As he turned around, he came face to face with...
Luigi.
And indeed, his arch-nemesis' brother was there. Dressed in a dark green tuxedo, holding a plate of cake in his hands. The Italian was trying to catch his breath as he ran down the stairs.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you off.
He said between his breaths. Bowser could do nothing but stare. If Luigi knew who he was, then why was he here and not alerting the castle guards?
You knew all along.
Bowser managed to utter.
Well, it's a little obvious.
Luigi said, vaguely gesturing towards Bowser's spiny shell.
Then why?
I brought you some of the birthday cake since you left in such a hurry.
Luigi said, holding the plate of cake out to him.
No corn. Unless the cake is like a corn cake.
Thanks.
Bowser said, biting into the cake. The texture was a little strange, and there were yellow kernels spread over the whipped cream.
I meant all that I said you know about Mario, and it was really nice to get to open up about that.
Luigi spoke, scratching behind his ear.
I'm so sorry to hear all of that, but also a little glad that my instant dislike of the guy is justified.
How does Luigi laugh? What does it sound like?
And once again, Luigi barked out a laugh.
No!
Luigi would not say bark.
Suddenly, there was a sizzle and a bang, and then another.
Which pride flag are we gonna have in the skies?
Bowser turned to look as the princess's birthday firework display painted the sky in all the colors of a rainbow.
Yep, beautiful. And then they kiss. They both have lips, right? Wait, Bowser is like huge? How is this gonna work?
The two finally closed the distance and let their lips brush against each other. Bowser's practically encompassing Luigi's entire face.
And then they continue sitting on the stair like losers. The end. Corn in places corn shouldn't be. Do I leave this as a tag? No, I'm going to kill people.